all, I'd like to thank the World Quality Congress for inviting me here to speak. Quality is something that's near and dear to my heart. I'm currently Vice President, as Luke said, of Global IT Quality and Compliance for Johnson & Johnson. I've been with J&J for a little over 18 years, but I've had 30 plus years. It's hard to say that, because then if you add that to any age that I could start working, that means I'm getting pretty old. So 30 plus years in quality and compliance for life sciences companies. I have experience with 4 major life sciences companies: Bristol Myers Squibb, Glaxo Wellcome, Pfizer, and the last 18 years with Johnson & Johnson. I'm currently responsible for IT infrastructure. And infrastructure basically is what an application sits on. So without infrastructure, your application can't run. So I manage the entire infrastructure stack for Johnson & Johnson from a quality and compliance standpoint. Then I have this disclaimer on the bottom that these are my views and not necessarily the views of my company. So the landscape of life sciences is changing very rapidly. And it's very mind-boggling. We have accelerating pricing pressures all over the globe. We have government agencies, we have hospitals, we have doctors, we have patients that are saying, bring down your prices, bring down your prices. There's been a lot of healthcare reform, especially in some of the big markets, and a lot of new regulations that have come out. And so trying to keep up with that is very challenging. And then disruptive competitors. There's a lot of smaller companies that want to take down the big giants like a Johnson & Johnson. So we have a lot of small competitors. And they can be a lot more agile than a big company like us. So we're trying to be more agile as a company, because to compete with some of those smaller companies that can move fast, as you can imagine, a company that has 100 people versus us that has 160,000 people, they move at a lot faster pace than we do. So the pace of change can be overwhelming. And I believe this picture is from, I haven't seen the movie, The Jungle Book, where the little boy is faced with a big bear, and that's kind of like change to the quality professional. And quality professionals for life sciences companies are, by their very nature, very, very, very conservative. I don't think I said enough varies, but very, 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 very ultra conservative. And so when faced with so much change, it can be overwhelming. But the key to success that I've found, especially since I moved into the IT area, I've been supporting IT for a while in my career, but I moved to totally supporting IT 5 years ago. And I found that the key to success is technology, and more specifically, automation. Because computers can do routine tasks much better than a human being can do. But technology, the challenge for the quality professional is technology is evolving at a very fast pace. It's hard to believe. I was watching a video of Steve Jobs, and he was talking about the launch of the iPhone. And when he talked about it, I looked at the thing on the wall from his presentation. It said 2007. And it's hard to believe that the iPhone was launched in 2007. And because I'm a quality professional, I don't trust anybody. So even though Steve Jobs said it, I had to look it up. And guess what I looked it up on? My iPhone. So I looked it up and said, wow, 2007. And they're saying by the year, this is Business Insider Week, they're saying by the year 2020, there are going to be over 10 million autonomous self-driving vehicles on the road. And that's pretty incredible. And I'm excited about that personally because according to my wife, I am a horrible driver. And if I'm driving, she won't get in the car. And she won't let me drive and I don't think I'm horrible. I know I'm bad, but I don't think I'm horrible. She won't let me drive my grandkids. I have 2 grandkids. So neither she, my daughter, or my son-in-law will let their kids get in the car if I'm behind the wheel. So I'm looking forward to the self-driving car. But with the self-driving car, there's a lot of unique challenges. So say if you get pulled over by a police officer and the car's driving, guess who you blame? It's not me, officer, it's the car, you know? So regulations have to be created to deal with things as the technology is evolving. And the interesting thing is, technology companies are not waiting for the regulations to come into place. They're putting the technology out, and then we're finding that the regulators are having to play catch up because of consumer demand to say, hey, people want this, so we got to find a way to make it work. So regulations have not kept pace with the change, especially in the life sciences area. In the life sciences area, many of our regulations are still based upon paper-based systems. And they haven't really caught up to the technology. But it's up to us as quality professionals to help be an enabler for the business to adopt these new technologies as they come up.